Invictus. In Latin, it means unconquered, a term that embodies the fighting spirit, a sentiment that these servicemen and women have in spades. Fighting on the front line for the freedom of their countries, now they don the colors of their nation. This time competing for one of the highest honors in sport, an Invictus medal. Over 550 athletes from over 25 nations have traveled here to BC to compete at the 2025 Invictus Games. An event that showcases the mental and physical strength of wounded, injured, and sick service members and veterans. This is a sporting event that pushes the limits of the human body and mind. It's a celebration of the human spirit. And at the heart of the Invictus Games is the tale of resilience, of getting back up, of not letting up, of trying again. Each and every single athlete has their own story of perseverance.
Emotions are everywhere. It's, I'm sorry, I can't do this today.
And it was so hard. I thought all the sports I played and everything that I worked for was going to disappear.
I've survived so much that I just feel like it's a mindset.
Afghanistan, I was blown up twice for that stages there.
I was in a dark place after being injured, and it's definitely saved my life.
The Olympics changes lives. Invictus Games saves lives.
What makes this year unique? This, Whistler. Notably one of the most iconic ski resorts in the world, and now it's the stage for the Invictus Games' first ever winter sports.
This is our first Winter Games. It's historic.
Athletes competing in this year's event say the Invictus Games has provided a sense of community and purpose that has aided in their healing journey.
Invictus is for injured, wounded, and ill service personnel. So there's a wide variety of reasons and conditions that bring us together. But I think what really connects us is when something happens to you in the service and you're not able to participate or serve to your fullest extent. We struggle with maybe a lack of purpose at times, a real feeling that maybe your career's over or you're never going to be what you were before your experience. And that can make you feel really isolated. So the fact that we can all group together and experience the highs and lows with a group of people who know exactly how you feel is what makes this event so special.
I've worked in a lot of units in the Army and a lot of countries with a lot of people, and I've never had a group of people this close and this willing to share.
When I left the Army, it was a bit of a loss of identity, so being able to put the colours back on the flag on the chest, it's a bit of a proud moment. You know, it's I'm back with family.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi! Just representing New Zealand is the most special part about it, and just representing our friends and families, my friends that have passed away through service and things like that is really special to me. So that's what I'm here doing. Yeah.
Coming up on the Heart of Invictus, a CityNews special, we take a look back at the origin story of the Games. But first, we hear from a two-time Invictus gold medalist, Elena Mundy, about why these Games are more than just competing for sporting accolades.
I think that it's more than just a competition. When your family and your friends are here, it changes the stitches in your soul.
The inspiration for the Invictus Games came on the tarmac of a military airstrip. Upon returning from deployment in Afghanistan, Prince Harry watched on as the coffin of a Danish soldier was loaded aboard for repatriation. Standing beside him were 3 injured British soldiers. The moment had profound impact on the Duke of Sussex, who saw a need for healing and community for veterans and service members. That need was the birthplace of what we now know to be the Invictus Games. An event that uses sport to aid the physical and emotional recovery of servicemen and women. It's a sentiment that two-time gold medalist Elena Mundy believes in.
The Olympics changes lives. Invictus Games saves lives. I think that it's more than just a competition. When your family and your friends are here, it changes the stitches in your soul. I have one deployment. In 2013, I served with the Dart after Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines. It was one of the best times I've ever had. I knew at that moment it was really where the rubber hits the road, and when you see humans really touching the hearts of other humans.
In 2020, Elena Mundy's life would be turned upside down as she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
A diagnosis of a chronic illness is most often associated with medical release. And that's a tough thing for soldiers to hear, especially after you've served 20 years. And I knew at that moment it was more than just you have MS, it was your career is finished. And that was the worst part. I was going to lose my family, and I was going to lose my sense of community. And I was going to lose the only thing that I really knew, being a military child and a military spouse and a military member. And Invictus Games showed me that that wasn't true, that I wasn't going to lose the community, I wasn't going to lose my identity, I wasn't going to miss everything that I loved about my work. So through Invictus Games, we really find our connection to a new community full of veterans just like us. When I joined the Invictus Games team, I knew that I needed something that was going to challenge me. And getting back on the bike was going to be the biggest mountain that I could climb physically and metaphorically. I would say the games renewed my purpose. So the games don't give you exactly what you need, but you need to use the games and use the journey as a platform for you to find the space that you need to heal. And I think that all the athletes that I know found their passion, found their sport, found their links to the community, and that's what they now consider part of their healing journey and part of their purpose.
Elena's story is just one of thousands among Invictus alumni. Since its inception in 2014, the biannual event has aided in both the physical and emotional recovery of sick, injured, and wounded military personnel. Those in the depths of recovery say the journey can at times be lonely and dark. But here at Invictus Games 2025, competitors have found solace and healing in sharing their tales of resilience with the fellow servicemen and women.
I think the Invictus Games has been a tremendous part of, it's always been in focus and a part of my, aspirations in my recovery journey. So I was T-boned on my motorcycle in 2018. I did almost a year worth of limb salvage surgeries trying to save my leg. I was in a dark place after being injured, and I really wasn't sure what direction my life would take at that point. Stripped of the community of my job in the military, flying helicopters, and all of a sudden, I can't go back to doing that. And I mean, the Invictus Games, adaptive sports have definitely saved my life, given me that focus of something to train for and to be involved in and have the community.
Nigel Coots is known among his Aussie comrades as 9 Lives Nigel. The former SAS soldier survived being blown up, being hit by a car, and sustained life-threatening injuries after falling from the sky, from the brink of death to an Invictus gold medal. Coots defies what doctors had thought possible.
One of my first accidents, I was hit by a Mercedes, knocked me out, broken back, probably about 4 or 5 broken ribs, a hole in the head, I suppose, or a knock to the head, unconscious for about an hour, I'm not too sure how long, and then ended up in hospital. Afghanistan, I've been over there probably at least 9 times, so I was blown up twice for that stages there, and so I was in a wheelchair for 3 months after the last accident, that I suppose the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah, I just wanted to get back on the snow. And yeah, so with the competing, yeah, pretty emotional. Yeah, a little tear I think comes to my eye every time I sort of compete and see the flag and anthem that comes out. Yeah, it just sort of means a lot.
Emotions are everywhere. It's sorry, I can't do this today. As you can see, I don't have the words for it.
Daphne Pringle never thought this moment would come, an Invictus gold medal. In 2017, the mother of 3 was diagnosed with sarcoidosis, an autoimmune disease which caused irreversible damage to her heart. In the year that followed, Pringle would at night feel her heart come to a stop.
Well, it's been a long journey, very long journey. My heart's damaged, so I got it's permanently damaged, and I have an ICD now, which my heart doesn't function at full capacity, but it is what it is, and I do the best with what I've got, so I'm just lucky to still be here. I was in a bad place for a while there. I'm still serving, so it's a challenge, but Invictus has given me that opportunity to come back, and I'm feeling really good now.
This is Pringle's workshop and Invictus training ground. The Australian aircraft mechanic did not have any access to winter training facilities, so like any good mechanic, she engineered her own device, one that would mimic a skeleton sled.
So my background is zero. Training, so I'm an aircraft mechanic, so the only training I've done besides dropping weight to get in that weight class was going around my workshop on a creeper and getting pushed along on my tummy with a bike helmet on and steel caps. That was my training. That was it.
And on her debut skeleton run, Pringle would win an Invictus gold medal.
She did so well, and gold is just that reward for all that hard work, yeah.
I'm glad that she came out on top with it, because it's pretty awesome to see that result.
But I'm so glad she did it now. We're
Yeah.
so proud of her.
She's worked hard, but she keeps the family going, and we're just really proud of you, Daph. Congratulations. Your heart doesn't beat as much as others, and you've got your devices, but man, it's big and it's strong, and we've seen it okay?
Still going.
We're really, really proud of you.
For some athletes, this year's games will be their last. Doctors have told Mary Porter she has just months to live. The U.S. veteran is at the heights of battling ALS, and this hero is soaking up every last minute of life.
Hey, well done! When we got the diagnosis, my husband told me, hey, we're going to find the silver lining every day. And if I'm having a down day, he reminds me of that. Hey, don't forget, we're finding the silver lining today. And, the silver lining of today was I got to showcase to the world, some of the skills that I've learned and what brings me joy. Every time someone says, oh, you can't do that because you're in a wheelchair, I'm like, we got it, don't worry about it. And we've done it.
Porter says her military mindset has helped guide her through the prognosis.
They told me, oh, you've got less than 6 months. And once I got in a ski, I knew, hey, I got things to do. I got races to race and people to meet and people to talk to. And so I just took that mindset from the military where even when things are bad, you got your battle buddy right beside you and you just push on.
Porter lived out every athlete's dream, winning a gold medal. But for the U.S. veteran, sporting accolades come second. Her main mission, to inspire those living with a terminal illness.
I know how it feels to lay in bed with ALS and just be overwhelmed by the prognosis and the negative things you hear from the doctor. And so my mission is to just show other people living with terminal disease that, hey, you can either roll over and take it, or you can just fight and have fun. And so it makes me happy that I can show people that. I've been through a lot in my life. I was deployed to Iraq twice as a brigade surgeon and seen some hard times and some great times. And I've survived so much that I just feel like it's a mindset. You got to have that positive mental mindset, and you can overcome things that you had no idea you could overcome.
Vive la France! Go Denmark!
Spectators from all around the world have traveled to BC to witness the inspiring athletic feat that is the Invictus Games.
I'm an occupational therapist back home, so it's one thing telling my patients that you can do it, but it's another thing having a games like this prove to them that they can do it as well.
This is my third Invictus Games. I love the cause. I love what it represents, and supporting our veterans.
Disabilities is what I work in. So to me, I played sport, and to me it just seemed the most natural thing to watch. But I watch all the volleyball, all the basketball, and all the rugby, and anything else I can fit in. And I watch any country, it doesn't matter.
For athletes here at Invictus 2025, they leave having found solace, unity, and community at this year's games.
Yeah, the military's real special. Like, you do become a family, and that's really big focus. And the military, you see people at their worst and their best, and like, it really is a family that you'll never get anywhere else. And so you're just doing everything for each other, and you've got each other's back.
Overwhelmingly amazing community to be a part of, and to know that everybody is here as a part of their journey, and has dealt with a lot of times very similar or far worse issues. That it just is an amazing place to be, an amazing community to engage with.
It is the most amazing feeling. I mean, the patriotic feeling you get from holding that flag internationally with people cheering you on and us cheering them on is absolutely heartfelt.
We all face challenges in our everyday lives, but you don't come here to complain when you see what everyone has to face. So we do our best with what we've got, and to have our family together is even more special.
Pretty bloody cool, that's for sure.
Yeah. Couldn't be in a more beautiful place.
It has been a roller coaster of emotions. Gosh, we've cried, we've laughed, lots of hugs. It has been intense, it has been surreal, amazing, all of it.
I mean, yeah, this is the best. I mean, look what we're playing with now. It's an absolute blast. This has saved me, absolutely.
Every time someone says, oh, you can't do that because you're in a wheelchair, I'm like, we got it, don't worry about it. And we've done it.
And I came to this games feeling a bit broken. I met the team thinking, yeah, we're all a bit broken, and what? We bonded, we have gelled, we are now that formed puzzle. It's amazing.
The games is amazing when you participate and witness all the other competitors and what they go through in their daily lives. So to be superstars or rock stars for 1 week of their lives is amazing.
The CEO of Invictus voiced that the main difference between this event and the Olympics is that the Olympics changes lives, whereas the Invictus Games saves lives. No matter the country you serve or the flag you represent, these athletes have found unity in healing together.
I thought the Invictus Games had saved my life. I thought my life was kind of over. I'm getting old, things are done. And then when the Invictus Games said, hey, you're doing this sport and this sport, I'm going, okay, let's try it. And it's just opened up a whole new world for me. It's given me a whole new meaning in life.
The Invictus Games have allowed me to embrace my illness. They have given me a space where actually it's okay to be a bit broken. They have given me kin. They've given me kindred spirits. I'm not alone. That's what it's done for me, and there aren't words. Gosh, I'm getting emotional. Ah.
I think that it's more than just a competition. When your family and your friends are here, it changes the stitches in your soul.
Every single person here competing, doesn't matter what their disability is or what country they're from, we're all family, and we come here and save each other.
Oh, I think that the games saves lives, but it facilitates us to save our own lives and to be bigger and better and stronger.
So I just took that mindset from the military where even when things are bad, you got your battle buddy right beside you and you just push on.
But you need to use the games and use the journey as a platform for you to find the space that you need to heal. And I think that all the athletes that I know found their passion, found their sport, found their links to the community, and that's what they now consider part of their healing journey and part of their purpose.
Etched on each and every single medal for the Invictus Games are these words, I am. It goes to the core of the Invictus Games purpose, which is to provide a platform for athletes to not just compete against each other, but to compete against oneself.
I am unconquered.
I am resilient.
I am Invictus, you know. I am unconquered.
Ngāti tū matou winga, which means warrior.
I am invincible.
I have to say ngā matatua, which means unconquered in Māori. It's the Kiwi way.
I am dauntless.
Hey, well done!
That's been my slogan. I've been through a lot in my life. I was deployed to Iraq twice as a brigade surgeon and seen some hard times and some great times, and I've survived so much that I just feel like it's a mindset. You know, you got to have that positive mental mindset, and you can overcome things that you had no idea you could overcome.